Welcome to my podcast.
Welcome to the shittiest fucking
Welcome to the
podcast
cum
ever.
zone.
Welcome to
bomb
Half-Baked
zone.
Science. What's today's story, Stephanie?
Today we're talking
Throwback.
about artificial intelligence,
No,
ChatGPT,
please,
and
no.
taxes.
You've
No.
seen this
Taxes.
AI-generated music? It's
okay.
fucking
People love
crazy.
taxes.
I love my accountant.
I love
That's the only
bureaucracy.
tricky part about
Bureaucracy is
doing
my
multiple
favorite.
of these
I
a day.
had my
is not
taxes
continuing
done
on the
in
same
January.
thing.
I didn't do my taxes.
Welcome to the very special episode of the Safety Third podcast. We're going to speculate what happens to Kevin now that he didn't do his taxes.
Yeah.
I told myself like I have to do it today, and guess what, guys?
You didn't do it.
I didn't do
You're
it.
supposed to file an extension, so everybody does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have until October
Mhm.
is what you really
And
have.
guess what? It's too late for you now.
Are you talking to your past self?
He's talking to the
Talking to
IRS.
everybody that's watching
His
this.
IRS agent.
Okay.
I was thinking
We'll
we
never
should.
get you alive.
No, let's do a real intro where we don't talk about taxes.
No, it's too late.
Oh,
What,
we
you
talk
think they're
about
gonna skip this
Texas?
episode? Texas. That's
oh,
what
Texas.
we're,
oh, no, I know. Goats.
that's what I was thinking.
Goats.
Too.
Ah,
Goats.
sheep and goats.
Uh,
Okay.
They're literally the worst fucking animals ever.
They're the cutest
They're
thing.
so
I
stupid.
love them.
The sheep actually has been unsuccessfully lobotomized. like the spike went in like too much to the left when they hit it.
Yeah.
And the goat was successfully lobotomized. Like the
Yeah.
goat is like a dog.
Mhm.
The sheep is like meat with legs.
Yeah, the
It's-
sheep actually has just like it has bug firmware installed on it.
What is the context of this?
It's like a crab or something.
Oh yeah.
Why are we talking about sheep and
because-
goats?
Oh, do you want to find
because-
out?
Yeah, I would actually.
Okay. Well, can I?
Yeah, go
no,
for it.
No, are you really? No.
No, I'll put a diaper on it and we can bring it in for a minute.
I'm pretty sure no amount of diapers could stop that thing from.
Maybe try a tampon.
I think that we would
Shove it
need.
up there?
We would actually
I'm just
need
gonna
to
tape
like.
its butthole closed.
Yeah.
Tape its tail down.
We just get like
Oh
one of those
God.
huge IKEA bags, like the massive like kayak size IKEA bags,
Yeah.
and cut little leg holes for it, and then have it walk around with that.
That would
You can pick
work.
it up with the excavator.
Yeah, tie the handles over it, and then you can just
Trash
carry
bag.
it around. Yeah, we borrowed a goat and a sheep from a ranch.
Maybe you borrow, so you didn't buy them.
We didn't.
You
No, I'm so glad we didn't buy them.
Really?
So they're
Yeah.
rentals.
It's been kicking around
Yeah,
like in
Oh.
Will's head for
Can
a
we
while.
rent goat then?
They're
like
just borrowing
anytime?
it. They
It's like no money actually.
I think it's
No
just like
money.
they want to give them away, and
think
they'd
they-
probably be happy if
I have
we
a
took
feeling
them.
they don't want them back.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
they're
like the
gonna get
first
them
day,
back.
I'm like, wow, it'd be. Do we have to give these back? These are pretty cool. And by the end of the first day, I was like, when is this bit over?
Oh.
They shit everywhere.
Yeah.
How long
Little
have you had
balls,
them
little
for?
boba balls.
Like a week.
A week.
About a
Mm.
week.
There's this place is like actually covered in shit. Like there's so
Yeah.
much sheep and goat shit. I don't even know. They look exactly the same. The shit looks the same.
Yeah,
It's
chocolate covered
horrible.
raisins.
It's horrible.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what all
Oh.
that
How many
was.
did you eat before you realized?
More than I'm gonna tell you, Alan.
It was only a handful for me. I only had to eat a handful of those before I knew they weren't chocolate covered.
them even after.
It's a great source of fiber.
Yeah.
I thought that they would eat the grass, but instead
Mm.
they eat the plants you don't want them to eat. They eat the plants you planted, and they don't eat the plants you didn't
Like
plant.
They eat
Yeah.
the succulents. They specifically just eat the flowers off the plants too.
Oh.
Like they don't touch the
Yeah.
stems, they don't touch the leaves. They eat the flowers and they move on to the next thing.
There's a plant in front of Kevin's house that's just like the stalk of a plant because everything else got eaten and it just left this like corpse.
And all
It's like a carcass.
It was like a
weeds.
weed,
yes.
and somehow it looks worse than it did before.
Imagine like you buy a rotisserie chicken and you eat all the meat off it and
All
you
the
just,
skin.
you just leave the carcass on your table for a week.
Oh.
It's just like the bones of a plant.
So wait, what are they? How?
Dude, I don't know what they're useful for, Alan. They're trash animals.
I came outside the other day and it was standing on Will's car, just
Wait,
like
on
Yeah.
Will's car?
on Will's
Yeah.
Taurus.
The goat.
Yeah.
The sheep's too stupid and unathletic.
To get on top of the goat was able to. Why?
The sheep actually feels like, you know, the dog breeds where everyone complains like, oh, they just like inbred the dog and now it's got
Yeah.
that was what sheep feel like. Like there's something seriously wrong with sheep.
You named them goat and sheep.
No, I don't even want them to have names. I want them gone. They're named Get Out.
Oh.
So, I guess like you haven't fed them any kind of actual food though. They're just eating whatever's.
So we dumped them in
outside.
the field. We picked them up in the school bus because
Yeah.
it's the only thing here they'll fit in. Well, I actually learned the goat will fit in the back of my Taurus because it jumped up in there and then it took me 5 minutes to get it out. And then so we picked them up in the school bus, dropped them off in the field,
Yeah.
and they started eating everything. And then they figured out that there was like better plants up here, and they have not left.
Yeah, they basically sleep on Will's front porch. They stand on his front porch.
Yeah.
Actually, they just kind of they don't leave.
Well, the
it.
first night they slept on on the other side of the wall, on the outside
behind
of
my bedroom window, like on that wall, and they just like they knew we were in there. Somehow they knew we were in there, and I think it started eating the siding of the house at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and that woke me up, and I couldn't go back to sleep because it just kept like rubbing its horns on the house or
Oh,
something. It's like trying to
no.
get in or something, like a
Yeah.
dog. It was horrible.
When I met Goat, she peed so much. Like a
Yeah.
waterfall of just water just kept going.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah.
What
Just like
I-
you just
I
like
named
literally
them-
like
I
on the
named them shit and
concrete.
piss.
What do
Yeah.
they drink though? Because there's not. Did you set water out?
There's
for
some
them,
water,
or-
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it took them a while to start drinking that though. So I think they just have a lot built up.
Oh,
I
wow.
really
Big tank.
yeah, I think
Or it's from all the succulents they've been eating.
Oh my
That's pretty
god,
good.
dude! I
Dude, maybe you just didn't get enough. Maybe if you had more sheep and goats, then they would start eating the grass. Like if there
I-
was like 10 more of
I
them.
think that's actually the answer, and that's what scares me. 'cause
yeah.
You need a cow now.
There's only one guarantee: if we get more sheep and goats, there will be more shit, and there might be less grass.
What if you wait? Isn't the whole thing about sheep that they'll just follow like other
Yeah,
animals?
it follows the goat
Uh-huh.
around.
So what if
Yeah.
you just build like a robot sheep that's in the field and perpetually just pretends to eat grass? Then wouldn't the sheep also?
I think maybe that would.
I think if it was like a
Grass?
bigger sheep than all the other sheep, it would just like look up to that sheep.
Like a
and
god?
Just
A
like
god
follow
sheep.
it.
I think that this is a problem that can only be solved with technology. We just need to go get a lawnmower or a PTO lawnmower tractor attachment.
Yeah. Tiller. Just drive around.
Because I don't have any experience with farm animals. This is like the only one, and it's so far been a relatively bad experience.
Huh.
Like I understand. I think I've always told myself if I had to kill animals myself to eat them, I'd eat a lot of fish and chicken.
Mhm.
I think I now also eat sheep.
Yeah, you'd slit that sheep's throat.
I would kill the sheep. Like I don't care anymore. Like it's actually like
There's
I
no
think it-
light behind those eyes.
Not
There's
only is there
nothing
no light, but I think if there was, even for a split second, the only thing it's thinking is that it wants to die.
Yeah.
Like it looks
Yeah.
suppressed.
It
really
does. It does.
But I don't
It's
think it is.
fat. It's really fat too.
Like, can a cockroach be depressed?
It just like gets out of breath walking
Yeah.
around.
Can she feel anything?
I don't know.
I don't know. I have no
think
idea.
Goat does because she gets excited
Yeah.
and pee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Goat kind of gets excited.
because we're filming for your video, and the sheep's just standing in the corner.
Yeah, like
And,
just
like,
looking.
just like far away,
Yeah.
just like
Like a
peeping,
creep.
like just
That
creeping.
says
It was
that
so
roaches can
weird.
experience a full range of emotion.
What? Bullshit.
There's no way.
No.
From where?
That's
Wait, from
definitely-
Garfield Pest Control? That seems like a weird.
Yeah, what? Big roach?
Wait, is this why
Cockroaches
are
have
they,
personalities. They're intelligent. They have a complex social structure.
Why is the pest control
Are they
website
good
trying to
parents?
say that they are like complex, like have complex emotional inner lives?
They can survive a
Eat
nuclear blast.
anything. Is
They
there
can
anything
survive a
good
nuclear
about
explosion.
Wait, they basically
Yeah.
tell you that they're
How do
everything
they
but like
know?
sentient, and then it says, "Is there anything good about them?"
This
Is there anything good about
Absolutely
cockroaches?
not.
Nope, absolutely not.
That's what it
Wow.
says.
It says that
You
they're-
should kill them. You should hire us to kill them.
Yeah.
for you.
It says they're good parents right above that.
Yeah, it does.
Cockroaches have feelings and they
have a
can feel
society.
pain.
They
and
live in
if
a
they're in
society.
your house, you should hire us to kill all of them.
What?
That's a pest control website that's doing this weird listicle of like all the things that cockroaches can think and feel, and also that they should kill them.
It's like, do they have emotions? Yes. And then it's like, is there
Should I
anything
kill
good
them?
about
Yes.
this?
There's something
I know.
fucking genocidal about that website. It's weird. It'd be somehow better if they were just like, no, these cockroaches are just bugs. But
Yeah.
instead, they're like, look, these are all the reasons they're good, and we want to exterminate them.
Would Google have returned that like 5 years ago? Because that's that search
is that
result.
AI?
I don't know. What was that like the first search result? It was. That being the first search result is actually is like a nightmare because that is the last thing I want to
It's
see.
a company that's like selling you a product that's telling you the
Yeah.
facts about.
Show us
Yep.
Reddit.
Yeah.
But also, I wish I didn't know they have feelings.
They don't have
I
feelings.
bet they don't.
No
Right?
way.
If I was a cockroach, I wouldn't have feelings.
Wait, this just
Okay,
reminds me of
we're
those
looking at
like
Reddit.
little trinkets I've seen online where it's like the cockroach goes into the trap, they put the fake cockroach in there, and
Oh,
it, like,
yeah.
grabs it and starts beating it with
there was like a really old SNL skit where it was like a commercial for like a roach motel, but it was just like this crazy sadistic thing. So it was like it was a thing that cockroaches crawl into, and they had this like visualization, like this bad CGI where the cockroach like gets all its legs pulled off and then has like red hot irons put into its mouth and butt.
Oh my god.
You know, I feel like I've seen this.
Wait, this was SNL?
Yeah.
What happened to SNL? They don't do that anymore. That sounds great.
I feel like I feel like this has touched some really
What?
deep part of my
if
brain.
you had like Comedy Central back in the day and they would rerun old episodes of SNL, that's where I saw it.
Search for this. So
Yes.
how would you describe this?
It's like SNL cockroach
Are you sure
commercials.
it's not S&M?
Well, no, because he didn't enjoy it. Cockroach really didn't enjoy it at all.
SNL, maybe just SNL.
There's at least two of them. There's Bug Off ad. There's Roach.
I think I've seen the
Roach
Roach X.
There's Roach product.
Yeah, it's just like it was just one of those things where it's like it just goes way too far.
like roach torture.
Wait, did you say this
Yeah.
is animated?
Yeah, it was like it had like a weird animation,
like Animal Planet style Discovery?
Yeah, where it was like explaining how the trap worked.
Oh no.
Oh, this is from actual NBC.
Oh, sorry, we're having trouble.
Sorry, please sign in
can
with
we
your
just find the
NBC account.
free booted version on YouTube?
Play this fucking Coke ad before this roach murder video.
But it was like an older one. I think it was probably from like the
Early 2000s?
90s?
Oh, 90s?
Maybe 90s.
Was it supposed to be like Exterminator commercial?
Yeah, it was just like a commercial. I mean, it might even be that one.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at the ads.
I have ads.
Gotta get the
Oh wow,
ads.
15-second unskippable. That's
Wow.
brutal.
Wow.
It's better than TV.
Really makes me want to drink this.
Yeah,
whatever
one
we're
whiskey
seeing.
now.
I
Traveler
agree.
whiskey.
See, I feel like this might be it because
Okay.
that looks pretty old.
Wow.
Is that a young Will Ferrell?
Look how
Yeah.
healthy and young
Oh
he
yeah,
is.
so he's like saying like all these suck. We have the only one that works. It just fucking tortures it.
Trash.
Bug off.
Bug off
Let's
roach
see.
trap.
Yeah, what's this? I think this is the one. I think this is
Okay.
for sure the one.
Okay, so it crawls inside the bug
Yeah,
trap.
yeah. So it's like it
Oh,
gets
it's in a
food in place.
Oh,
God,
no.
it's just like a bug's life.
And then yeah,
Oh my God.
the legs off. And then the red hot irons stuck into the bug's butt. And then it gets beaten
Oh,
to
it's
death
like
with
it's
its
on
own
YouTube.
legs.
Oh my God. Holy shit.
You can watch
It's
it.
exactly how I remembered it.
Wow.
It has
like
a gag
shoving
shoved into its fucking butt and mouth.
Oh my God.
And then it waves food in front of it, but it can't eat.
Holy shit.
This is amazing.
What a nightmare.
It's like the Crab Factory.
Yeah.
So that's that commercial.
I want to buy it.
I want one with a clear view window.
It doesn't exist. It's not real, unfortunately.
Clear view window and instant replay action.
I don't know. I just saw that thing on YouTube and it's pretty close.
I have so many feelings right now. I love it. I hate it. I am very excited. I think
Yeah.
this is literally
That's
art.
the bloodlust.
This is art.
Sure.
Yeah. I felt everything.
You're not
Yeah.
a fan of cockroaches?
Now I'm not.
So you
I
just need
think
a
the
machine.
ad worked for me.
You just need a machine that does that to the sheep.
Oh no,
Alan, they have those. That's how it works.
Wait, is,
Oh no, is that where lamb chops
have
come
you ever
from?
eaten a lamb chop before?
Oh crap.
no.
Or worn a wool sweater?
Would that sheep eat a lamb chop if you put a lamb chop in front of it?
I mean, probably.
No, it wouldn't eat pizza or
You tried to give it pizza.
or a donut. They like cardboard boxes though, so it
Yeah,
would
the
eat
goat
around
wouldn't
them.
even eat the
Eat a-
donut. The goat came up like a dog trying to eat the donut, and then you try to give it the donut, and it
It
wouldn't eat the
wouldn't.
donut.
What about like liquor or beer? Like, could they get
I
drunk?
think beer. You could probably give it beer. Oh,
I-
you could definitely get it drunk.
Yeah, the lady said that it likes beer. It likes dark
Oh,
beers.
that's cool.
Dark beer specifically.
What
Wow.
about
Yeah.
ketamine? What if you put them on ketamine? What do
They
do
love
then?
ketamine.
They love it.
They'll do anything with ketamine.
Goats actually thrive on ketamine.
They can eat rose bushes. with ketamine.
Maybe that's why you need to give them the right drugs and they'll be hungry for the fucking grass and weeds.
What if they eat weed?
Wait, are we talking about cockroaches or sheep?
I don't know,
Well,
we're talking
what's the
about how they're the same
difference?
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
what is when does you feel bad hurting something, right? Because if you like
Uh-huh.
kill an ant, you like do ants have feelings? Like
No, I used to go fucking medieval on ants when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It actually, like, remembering some of the shit I did to ants concerns me as an adult.
Yeah.
looking
Yeah.
back on it.
yeah, that's good.
It
Though.
did
That
at
means
the time.
Now I feel bad.
I felt so
Yeah.
bad when you poured that aluminum.
Oh.
Yeah, if you're British.
Yeah, if you're
Oh,
British.
that's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine. That was
those are
was
invasive and
that was
they
for
sting.
fun.
I was still sad
We have there's a cool
felt
statue.
nothing. Yeah. It's okay. They felt
because
nothing.
I washed my part, and I'm pretty sure I like had to scrub off a bunch of corpses.
You know what? I'm
No?
very good. I don't use any pesticides. If I find a spider, I put it outside. So I've definitely saved up enough karma to kill an entire
Yeah.
colony. of
Okay,
ants.
okay.
10 times
Yeah,
over.
I think I deserve that.
We
no,
did-
I'm not saying you don't.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds like you're coming at me.
No.
We had a huge
I
ant
feel
problem,
bad.
and we bought like
You're a
this-
part of that.
Little
I
ants,
was
right?
totally part of it.
Yeah,
and
the
I
small
love that
ants,
piece.
the
It's in my
Argentine
living
ants,
room.
like
Yeah.
I
the
love it.
super invasive ones.
Because
And
they
we-
were in the kitchen.
Oh,
yes,
they're coming
and they're
back.
impossible to get. Are they coming back?
Yep.
Use
Oh.
so we
The
actually
fipronil
no, I
cookie.
don't even want to say what it is. I don't even want to
God.
give people an idea. You can buy like really strong pesticides,
Oh,
but
God.
they're also like something you probably shouldn't be able to buy unless you're really good at following instructions because they're like really bad and really potent. But it's like it's not ant bait, it's ant poison. So you put it on whatever they're eating and they don't know it's there. A lot of the ones that you can buy at the store don't work great because they're bait as well, and the ants don't give a shit about it. But I think what I'm trying to do is justify murdering ants, and I think that the anthill's fine and they don't feel pain, right? Does a mouse feel pain?
Probably.
Yeah, definitely.
So like cockroach?
I think
What is pain?
I think it's
What
I think
is
it's a
pain?
centralized nervous
Yeah.
system phenomenon. I think if your nervous system's too spread out, you might not have the same thing that we would sort of classically identify as like the phenomenon of pain experience.
But like if you do something to an ant, you can kind of like spook it and it goes crazy.
Yeah.
Like is that a pain response?
Or
a fear
Depends on
response?
your definition, I think. I think it's
Right.
all about sort of definitions. And I think
Mhm.
humans like experience pain in a very specific way. And I think it'd be hard to say that something like a jellyfish or an ant like has the same like experience as we use the word.
Yeah,
like-
I agree with that because like I saw the sheep that like had an injury like on its foot, like
Uh-huh.
it stepped, I don't know what it did, stepped on a thorn, and it was like bleeding, but it didn't really care about it at all. And then I washed it out with alcohol, and it was like
Uh-huh.
like normally like if you get alcohol in a cut, it's like
Yeah.
Right.
The sheep just like sat there, just like
Like almost like it didn't even realize.
Didn't even
I mean,
care.
it
Like a
might have
dog would
still-
react.
Yeah.
It might have
Right?
still
I know. I think
felt it,
dogs have like a
though.
completely
Yeah.
different sense of pain too, because I've seen
Yeah.
dogs like my dogs they
Yeah.
get hurt and
And
stuff.
They, react and
They
they're,
don't even care about it.
limping. But they're limping.
Yeah,
so
but
they feel pain if they
Because,
like,
step
say
on
they get a
it.
cut or something like that. It's
Right,
like they
okay.
don't really care, like something that would. But
Is
they
causing pain bad?
here's my dog had like a broken tooth
probably
Yeah.
for
It's
like
probably
a couple weeks,
bad.
So
and
if you-
like if you broke a tooth and the nerve was sticking,
The
out,
real
would hurt.
question is,
you wouldn't eat,
like,
you wouldn't
could
drink, but the
build
dogs,
like a
they don't care.
machine that
Wow.
looks
I
like
guess
it's
they
in
don't
pain. Like, you
care.
can
Yeah,
build a
you're right.
little
Yeah, it's like
thing
it's just
that
something
rides
that's
around.
there.
Do you
But
think
there's
it's kind
no-
of like, well, this
yeah,
is my
you know,
life
but
now?
there's no
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
experience
They
of
just
like
keep
there's not
eating.
actual pain happening there.
It
So
like
if you-
just signals them that something that's happening is bad,
Right.
not that like ouch, this hurt. It just tells them to get away from something or like
Right.
do something different.
Okay, so here's my question.
It doesn't make them anguish.
Is if you like cut somebody's arm, what's the worst part? The fact that you injured them or the fact that they're in pain?
It's like both.
So what if you then give them like an anesthetic and so they don't feel it?
It's definitely the injury, because like the pain's gonna get better, or the psychological.
So is it the
aspect.
fact that you're like causing problems for them in the future or the fact that they're like miserable right now?
It's because
Mm.
pain is like it's causing suffering in something, and that's generally frowned upon.
What is suffering?
It depends on the person that you're hurting.
Right.
Maybe they deserve it.
Yeah, like the
Like-
sheep definitely.
Deserves it.
Yeah.
The cockroach definitely deserved it. I don't know, I'm just thinking like pain is bad because it's your body telling you that something that's happening is bad.
Yeah.
But if you make the pain go away and because there's like that visceral reaction to something like like screaming or crying or
Yeah.
whatever. But if you make the pain go away and there's no screaming or crying, is then the thing you're doing still as bad?
Are we sociopaths?
No, I mean I'm just.
Here's the thing: are they awake and watching you cut their arm off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, then that's a different kind of. There's like a mental anguish.
Yeah.
There's
Scared.
Yeah. There's like emotional pain. That's a whole nother thing.
How
But, like,
fast
where
are
does
you
that
cutting
happen?
this arm?
Like, it's all up here.
Like, is it
Right.
like just like
Pains
a
in your
quick
head.
thing, or is it
I
like
think
a
like
slow
maybe like
torturous?
a slow stab.
That's torture then.
if it's just visual though.
Just visual?
Like if you're just watching it and it doesn't hurt.
I think it is. I think it for sure
Yeah.
still is.
I think it's you're entering torture territory.
So then does a cockroach have any response if you do something that resembles hurting it?
Yeah, it'll probably freak out.
So like
Mhm.
is it feeling pain or is it afraid?
I don't think it's either of those.
Or is it just connecting a dot that says it should panic right
yeah,
now?
I think it's the same thing as like building a robot that like recoils from a stimulus. Like the robot is not gonna feel anything.
Right.
So what you're saying is that pain is basically a pre-recorded response to something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it doesn't actually feel bad. It's just what you're supposed to do when you
Because you're
think
gonna
something-
have
For
a lot of
some things,
adrenaline in
yeah.
you. Also, you won't feel anything until later.
I've always
Yeah.
kind of like if I was gonna exhibit at open source, I think this is what I would apply for. I've always wanted to try making like a robot that it's got a crank
yeah.
and it's maybe like AI powered, and all it does is it begs people to turn the crank because if it goes a certain amount of time without it being recharged, it'll die.
You have to
yeah.
make it like actually die though.
Yeah, like
Like it
the-
gets crushed
yeah.
with like a spike wall. Or
Well, I was
something.
thinking like it's just whatever the program is running on.
Yeah.
It's like it'll be erased if it runs out of power.
Yeah.
It's like the whole time it is running something that like generates stuff.
This is like the plot of
begging.
Lost, isn't it?
Is it?
I think so.
Isn't
is it
there
a type
also
they had to,
like,
like,
an
I don't
art piece
know.
that does this, like a giant arm that keeps like shoveling oil into itself, otherwise he will stop.
But
It's been going for years.
Did people allow it to? Did it have like an interactive element?
No interaction. You just watch it, try not to
Right.
die.
So it's like it's just a box,
Yeah.
but the box the whole time is going, please, God, don't let me die, please.
It's
You
like
have to
a
turn the
spike
crank.
Well,
that's
if you make it
coming down
annoying, they
or
might
something,
want
like-
it to die.
yeah, yeah.
That's like if it has all of the like visual, audible like indications that it's like
Yeah.
suffering and like in threat of dying, even if it's literally just an Arduino that's like
Mhm.
pulling from ChatGPT, like are people going to turn the crank to keep it alive? I think they would.
I think so. Yeah.
But
What about for
does
a
that
cockroach,
matter?
though?
A cockroach, I think people would kill it immediately.
They try spinning the crank backwards.
There's
I don't.
like
I think like my thought is like if you are responding to pain because you feel like you should, like you're being told that this is bad, that's the
Mhm.
signal, is it hurts and it feels bad
Yeah.
to get away from it.
Yeah. I've seen
Then
that before. I think it's now that you
That is
mention
just
it.
like almost a pre-recorded response to
Oh, it has to,
pain.
like,
So
keep
like if a
itself
cockroach is
lubricated?
running, is that
Yes.
not the same thing?
it went on for years.
Well, because there's like the responses like physiological automatic stuff happening, but then there's like there's like the cerebral higher kind of level thinking parts that we have where we have
Right.
perception, consciousness, and that's kind of like I think the bad part.
So it's like you're trying to avoid injury,
Well, I think you're trying to avoid pain in general because like
but pain is like signaling.
you can have
injury.
pain without injury.
Yeah.
Like getting a small electric shock or like getting hit by one of those painful plants.
Right.
Like it's not going to
But it
damage you
tells
in any
it's
way.
bad, though. It still is like indication.
Yeah,
that,
but if
like-
you know it's not bad,
Yeah.
you still don't want to do it.
Right.
Okay, there's a hydraulic press. Here's my new exhibit. There's a hydraulic press. There's a cockroach under it. It's contained so the cockroach can't get out. And there's 2 slots for money. And if you put in money on one side,
That's
it goes
faster.
down a
Oh my
centimeter.
God.
And you put money on the other side, it
That's
goes up
so
a
good.
That's a
centimeter.
good one.
And
That-
so people get to vote with their fucking dollars which way it goes for the cockroach.
That is so good.
This is like the goldfish blender experiment.
Yeah.
the one I
Oh
went to,
yeah.
Where it's like it was like a European thing where they not what you did, but like almost the same. I mean, I'm assuming that's where you got it from.
Yeah.
It was like
Well, I got it from us talking about it. I just
Yeah.
forgot that the reason we probably started talking about it was because of that art exhibit.
where they all you had to do was press the button. It was like
Yeah,
just turn the
fish.
blender on,
And someone
burn the
did
fish,
it,
yeah.
and the
some-
fish got blended.
And
Yeah.
then there was like this huge fucking chain of like whose
like animal
fault is
cruelty.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, is it the artist who set it up? Is it the person who pressed the button? Which I think really sort of proved the exhibitor's point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Could we have that at open sauce? Does that count as a goldfish with a blender and just a
great
single
art.
button?
Yeah, lots of people will
Just
be talking
imagine
about
the
Yeah.
news articles
I know.
alone. You couldn't. I mean, you could buy that kind of
it.
publicity,
Open
but it'd be
sauce
expensive.
fish blender.
Could you do it like the fake baby bottles where it's like the fish is still in there, but it just like squirts red up between 2 walls?
That's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was wanted to do. Is
Ah.
somehow
Yeah.
almost like either the fluid gets pulled out and replaced with something that has like some glitter and some chunks of stuff, so it looks like
Yeah.
what do you call the sparkly bits? Scales.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Scales. Yeah.
I think Kevin recommended at one point putting a ravioli in there as like a stunt.
Stunt double.
Well, actually, me and Cord and Ben actually had we set up a shot for a short where we put the fish in a jar just behind the blender. So when the blender turns on, it looks pretty convincing. It does look like it gets blended up.
That's interesting. I think like I don't know. My thought is like if you make something that emulates feeling pain, is that not the same thing as something actually feeling pain? Because it's all kind of just a response to something that your brain...
No. I think that's complete. It's like say like is an AI chatbot alive?
I think
right?
it makes you feel weird if you like even with me hurting like characters in video games that are like begging not to be hurt. It still feels.
How do you know what that's like?
Oh, because
see, Baldur's Gate is great because they go
exactly. They go there,
and I'm like,
right?
well, I guess I have to kill.
And it's like, I know.
Look what you've made me done. This is your fault.
And sometimes it's just like I just don't want to even get in a fight right now, and they're like making it really hard, and I begrudgingly have to kill everybody.
Even the main character in like Hogwarts Legacy has like a little bit of that where
really?
like the character, whatever character you select, they straight up kill people.
Yeah.
And then they'll say stuff about like
the goblins,
this
right?
blood is on your hands, goblin, because it's like
I finished the game and it's like that. Like you start killing people. It's like, well, it's your fault that you're bad.
I didn't know Harry Potter was so violent. That game is just like
murder
Yeah.
that I've killed you.
Wait, you can kill people in it?
I went full evil.
Wait, at the end? Or the whole
you
thing?
can always kill.
kill.
Like just in the school?
No, not other
Oh,
students.
cowards.
Because like I
Goblins,
keep trying.
poachers.
Just
I
like
keep
bad
trying.
guys.
Oh, you can kill the bad people.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah. Wait, I'm good?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
I
I'm
mean,
like I try to go as evil as I could.
But they won't let you.
Slytherin. No, yeah, I tried in the school. They wouldn't let me. I just literally go Avada Kedavra, and they're like, I'm like, I thought it was forbidden, and I'm doing Avada Kedavra here through like the whole school. They don't care. They literally don't care.
Harry Potter, they won't
I think there is a mod where you can go and kill.
They're better than you. That's how it should be.
I want to find
I want to
it.
be able to kill everyone
Yeah.
in the school.
And then you get 5 stars, and
Yeah.
Headmaster Dumbledore comes for you.
Wizard stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm just sort of thought experiment of like
What is
where
pain?
do you draw the line?
For
like,
pain.
Yeah.
What
what
about a
counts as pain?
heartbreak? That is pain. And
Yeah.
apparently there's like a Japanese thing that research that when you have a heartbreak, your heart actually gets physically changed. Like
I could imagine
they have
that.
there's a word for it.
Physical pain.
Yeah.
like with some sort of stress or something almost.
Yes. Yeah.
Or it's just the Japanese being very
Extra dramatic.
extra dramatic.
Extra
Yeah.
dramatic. No, I think there's a whole research on it. Like
Okay.
there's
There's a lot of,
pictures of like hearts and how they change physiologically.
So
All
is
right.
there any way that
Crab.
we could like
How about
like
a crab?
a crab? Like could we
That reminds me of King of Random when he says, "This is rice that I yelled at, and this is rice
Oh,
that."
no.
I still, you know what? I have jars of rice. I tried to reproduce
Oh.
the experiment. I still have jars of rice from like 7 years ago, and the rice doesn't give a shit what you say to it. It just is in the jar,
And he
it just
said
is
some
there.
horrible things to that rice.
I said just the worst, the most racist shit you've ever heard in
Racist.
those jars of rice.
You tell me that
It's the most
this
racist
strings
shit
of
you've ever
rice
heard.
Yeah.
didn't react to what you
No,
told them.
no,
That's
they
crazy.
all the jars of rice are the
Oh,
exact
no.
same because when you put them straight in the jar from the rice cooker, I think they're sterile, so they don't actually go bad at all. Actually,
Oh,
doesn't matter what you say.
yeah.
One time we stuck a crab in a pot, and I think it was feeling pain. Maybe I don't know.
Oh,
Why
like
does
a
it-
boiling pot?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
What-
Or was it just responding and trying to get out?
Or are you just anthropomorphizing the crab?
Oh.
I think the real test is
Anamorph.
could you attack a crab's self-esteem? Could you bully a crab into killing itself?
I don't think so.
I think
We
you know
could
what?
try.
I've decided just now that's the line. I think if you couldn't bully the thing into killing itself, it doesn't have feelings. I don't think it can
Could
feel
you bully
pain.
a mouse into killing itself?
I don't think so.
You need
I don't
to,
even
you
want-
need to speak crab though.
I don't want to think about this. So I'm thinking about bullying my dogs into kill themselves.
No.
Because here's the thing, I bet you could do that to like a dolphin or an elephant or like a monkey. All of those, I bet you could bully them into killing themselves. But like a crab, a sheep, I don't think you could.
I think the sheep already wants to die.
Yeah.
No amount of bullying is gonna change that.
I don't know. I mean, part of it is thinking, like, what is, dude, I don't, this, I know we're not supposed to talk about AI, but like
Every week with this shit.
I'm just saying, like
we went through the trouble of putting on the exact same clothes as we wore last week, and now you're gonna try and talk about the same things as we talked about
I'm
last week, as if
sorry.
it was 2 hours ago.
trying to circle back into AI music.
I was wearing a black shirt last week. This week I'm wearing a gray sweater.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I think it's like kind of all sort of bullshit, and we're there's a lot of things that we kind of just
Yeah, I mean it gets weird, right? Because you're like all this thing is doing, it's a large language model, it's just predicting what the most likely next word is. But then it's like, okay, well, what do human brains do? Is like it might kind of
kind of
just
the same
do
thing.
that.
It's just a different
I
type
don't
of
know.
machine that does
So
it.
then it's like, could you
I'll tell you about
cause
this
an
pet
LLM
food.
Pain.
It's made with chicken.
like feel
To kill
pain,
itself.
to kill itself? Could you bully an LLM
Oh.
to killing itself?
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
can, I think
Has
it's
chicken.
alive.
Chicken. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to
If
see if
you
it has any
can't, then it's
goat
like a
in it.
sheep.
Is that the new
Oh.
Turing test? Can we
Would
call it
they
the safety third
disclose it?
test?
Goat
Can
we
or
coin it?
sheep.
Mhm.
That's
Oh,
how you
I'll
know
see
it's
what
a
it does
real
have.
language
It's
model.
shark.
That you can
It
make
has
it.
an
It's
animal
a safety
liver.
third test.
Oh,
Yeah.
what
Because you
animal?
can bully
It doesn't say.
Oh, it's goat. It has goat in it.
Wait, is this?
I was
Did you
just-
turn the goat into dog food? Is this the
no,
goat
I was
right now?
I was just seeing if there was any like goats or sheeps in this dog food.
Does it actually say?
It has animal.
It has animal liver
Yeah,
in it.
that's what I was gonna say.
Oh my
animal.
God.
That's
Like,
a
that could be
very
anything.
broad.
That's very
It
broad.
could be
That's
anything.
amazing.
Do crabs
Could
have
be
livers?
anything.
They probably do. They
Could
have
be
to. I
crab.
mean,
Yeah,
they have
right.
to be able to filter stuff out of themselves, right?
It's all crab liver.
I think that would be more expensive than
Yeah, they
like
do.
other liver.
Oh wait,
They do.
they do, and it's like the delicacy part of it.
Oh yeah, I love sucking that stuff up.
Yeah.
Suck on that crab. You gonna finish your crab?
I think if it has yummy things that you can suck out of its head, it's not alive. But if you can bully it into killing itself, it is alive. There's no animal that I know of that has both. I don't think there's any animal that is both bullyable
No.
and
And
also has
suckable.
things that you want to suck out of its head.
Oh, gross.
I think my line is being solidified. I think I really believe in this line.
I like these conversations because when I took philosophy when I was in college, I felt like everything I
wouldn't
said
dare.
was wrong. They would just tell me you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. And I'd be like, what do you mean I'm wrong? This is all bullshit. Nothing matters. We're just going to die one day and probably feel lots of pain while it happens.
Right.
Existence is miserable.
Yeah.
Give me that crab if you're not going to eat its liver.
I want to suck the juice out the crab. Give me the crab juice.
I don't care if the crab feels pain. I just don't want to feel pain.
You're having like existential breakdown in class. Like the heat death of the universe is coming for all of us.
I know.
I don't care what happens.
mean,
I'm
that-
driving my truck. I'm eating crabs.
Oh, that's the wrong answer, actually.
Oh no.
You flunked philosophy.
The ship of Theosaurus. The right answer is
Theses.
actually that it is
Ship of
neither
feces.
the same nor thy different ship.
But here's the thing: if termites can be organized enough to know when there's a pesticide nearby and that they kill themselves so that they do not spread it with a colony,
Wait, can
do
you
they
bully
not,
a termite into killing itself?
Chemically, I think.
They-
yeah.
Chemically bully a termite?
So termites feel pain?
I guess
I mean,
termites are alive.
They
yeah.
kill themselves to protect their colony.
Wow.
As soon as like someone comes in infected, they kill that one and then kill themselves, and then to protect
How
everyone
do they?
else.
Do they just bite themselves in half?
I have no. I
It's a little
can we
seppuku?
figure out how they kill
Little
themselves?
termite
We found a
samurai
macro
sword?
slow motion
They, like,
YouTube
bite
video of a
themselves.
termite
Yeah.
actually
Killing
doing
it.
something.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I just came up with a new video idea for NileRed, turning termites into thermite, turning real bears into gummy bears.
Turning one
Turning
man's
what?
comedy.
What?
Turning one. It's the
That's more of a Nile Blue video.
yeah, it's the only Nile Blue video that's under 5 minutes long.
We might have lost a little bit of video, so if there's an abrupt transition, oh, that's a perfect spot for like an ad for Open Sauce.
Oh yeah, there we go.
What do you want to sponsor this week, Will?
Oh, this video is sponsored by cockroaches.
Getting hot irons shoved
Yeah,
up their butt.
this Cockroach Hotel. If you support cockroaches getting hot irons shoved up their butts, then leave a like on this episode of the podcast. If you don't, also leave a like. Thank you to Cockroaches Hotels, Cockroach Thermite Butt. What was it called again?
Bug off.
Bug off,
Bug off.
With the clear view.
clear view, instant replay, thermite, cockroach murder.
Is there anything you want to sponsor?
Termite.
Termite,
Turning
thermite.
termites into thermite.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good product.
It's good.
Yeah.
That's a free one for you, Nigel.
No,
Come
yeah.
back to us, and you
Yeah.
can have it.
Give us even like 1% of the ad revenue, and we'll be rich for the rest of our lives.
Or tong thong.
Tong
Tong
thong.
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 turning tongs into thongs.
Or yeah. Turning thongs into tongs.
Thongs into tongs.
I think you could do that. Are we
Yeah.
talking like underwear thong or the metal cooking tongs?
Well, whatever you want.
Are you talking about like flip-flop
Flip-flops.
thongs?
Oh, that's what I meant to say.
Oh, no, yeah.
turning
no.
turning 50 minutes of your life into ad revenue for me.
What ad revenue?
I like that one. That one I think would be the easiest to do. You don't need any chemistry to do that one.
So then when they do experiments on cockroaches, is that okay?
I think that they should exclusively test makeup on cockroaches.
Who's
so
they?
Dude, if
The man.
I
don't know.
Man.
That cockroach is super fuckable.
I'm the most fuckable cockroach in this room.
I'm the most
Oh,
fuckable
no.
cockroach
And it's
in
wearing a
this room.
thong, too.
Well, are we gonna let you?
Um,
Can I bring up the fact that we used to have a podcast? Or is
Yeah.
that still like? Is
We
that
can talk about the dead podcast that
We
we,
had-
did
we
4
did
episodes of.
3, 4? There was
thought it was
4?
4.
Oh God, I didn't even know. I thought we only did 3.
I think we did 4 in like
If it
1
makes
month.
you feel better, I think there's probably a lot of dead podcasts.
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're supposed to die before you.
You've died and
live.
gone to a better place.
Did it-
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
it hurt when you?
'Cause me and Stephanie, we used to have a podcast called Half Baked Science, and we did not actually get high for it. That would have been really
We
funny.
should've.
Yeah, but
We
the idea
should've.
was that we would like just each bring. It was like My Favorite Murder.
Yeah, it was the same format. I try to explain that to you, but you've never
I didn't
listened
get
to
it,
it
yeah.
before. But it was like you bring a story, I bring a story. We're not going to talk about it until the podcast, and it has to be about like a failed science, failed engineering.
Yeah.
There's so many of them.
Bad
They're
science,
bad science,
which I think was taken, and that's why we did Half Baked Science.
half baked science.
So
yeah.
one of the stories I remember was Peter the dolphin.
Oh, you did
I'm
that.
trying to
one.
remember
Yeah,
some
that
of
was
that
a good
because I
one.
think it's pretty. It's
Is
like
that the dolphin they gave LSD to?
yeah. So
Yeah.
it was like almost like NASA adjacent funded, not like
Yeah.
straight up NASA funded, but like it was what the 70s, and it was
the
just
money
like,
was coming from the government.
yeah,
though.
Yeah.
and it was.
I miss the 1970s government.
Well, because
Same.
like anything was kind of on the table because you didn't know what the fuck was going on. So like the
Yeah.
idea was there was a
Maybe giving a dolphin LSD
Yeah,
will help
there-
answer us the question.
well, there was a whole branch of
It's like
research
we
where
gave scientists a bunch of money. They came up with nukes. Like, let's keep that train going.
one of the experiments was they got a bunch of dolphins and a bunch of researchers, and they all took LSD together, and they tried to see if they could do any kind of communication across species
Sounds
while
like
they
some
were
really
both high.
shitty Netflix show.
But didn't one of the researchers fall in love with one
Yeah,
and
so
was giving
Peter
him like
specifically,
The dolphin or the person?
the dolphin,
The
Peter the dolphin. They designed a cohabitation space for a human and a dolphin to live together in close quarters for like
So
a
gross.
year.
So
And so
gross.
it was laid out
gross.
like a regular
Yeah.
house, but it always had like 3
Wet.
feet of water.
It's
in
just like
it.
a
Always.
moist house.
So it was like,
Moist
yeah,
house
it was
all
like
the time.
literally a
So
house,
gross.
and it
Of
just
water.
it had enough water where the dolphin could come in
So
and
the
out.
outlets
as
were
it-
at like 4 feet?
I don't know if it had outlets, but it did have a bed, and the woman who was in
It's
it
a
said it was
the whole
miserable.
house is a no wake zone.
She said it was just like sometimes she would just like lie in bed and cry because the bed was soaking wet for
Oh,
like a year.
gross.
Um,
A year.
they lived together for a very long time. I think it was like close to a year. It might have just been a few months. I don't remember. It was a long time since I looked this up. But the point of the story is that at some point in the course of them living together, the woman was supposed to teach the dolphin how to speak English.
Instead,
Okay.
she gave
Okay.
him a hand job.
Yeah,
was
and
this like
so-
a double-blind study where it was actually the researchers on
No,
LSD?
no.
Yes,
it was-
yes.
So what happened was
That's one form of communicating.
the dolphin was a
Uh-huh.
young male, and the dolphin started to start behaving.
It was rutting.
It wanted
The
it
dolphin
wanted
rut.
to do it with the female
Do
researcher.
what? Learn English?
Do sex. And so she said that it was distracting it from its lessons, and it's eventually
This is
she just
straight up Happy Gilmore, right?
she
or no,
figured
Billy
out-
Madison.
Is it?
Is it?
Billy
Oh,
Madison?
where
I
she
don't know.
motivates
Yeah,
him to
she
Oh my
motivates him
god!
to
Yes,
learn.
you're right.
because what she eventually just started doing was she would start to use her foot to
This is
stimulate the
literally,
dolphin.
This is literally
and then the dolphin would get released, and then he would learn his
released
lessons.
from his lessons.
He released from yes, he would.
I feel like the dolphin just trained the researcher to get foot jobs.
Yes.
Were they on
that's
LSD
what
like for a year
happened.
straight?
Yeah.
or-
No,
The dolphin
they
is
were not
so
on
smart.
LSD.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I would do if I was a
weird
dolphin.
part-
Yeah, you train
Like,
the researcher to,
they have
to
audio.
masturbate
They have
you.
audio
Yeah.
recordings from these lessons. And the fucked up thing is the dolphin actually gets pretty close to being able to talk. Because like
Oh.
dolphins are very smart. It was very motivated.
Mhm.
At that point, it was basically in love with this woman. And so like it started doing these really weird, like it's almost like AI where
Hand job.
foot job.
Masturbate.
So one of the things that
Job.
we figured out was
Boobies.
the mouth structure. The dolphin does not have like the mouth structure to make certain like consonant sounds.
That makes sense.
But so what it started to do, it started to use water to
Mm.
try and make those sounds. So what it would do is it would partially submerge its mouth to take the place of like tongue. Yeah. But so like she tried to teach it
It's
her
so
name. So her name was Margaret.
Yeah.
And you can hear audio recordings of it trying to say Margaret. And it sounds like because it's using water for the G.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
actually fucked up because
Yeah.
it actually is smart enough to know what she's trying to teach it, and he's actually trying to do the sounds because he gets foot jobs.
Wait, can anyone here try to like do like a dolphin sound, like how they go? Yeah. Something
So in the 1970s, they were like human children in school were getting beaten with paddles, and
Yeah.
then dolphin children in school were getting jerked off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. So the way the story ends though is
No, nothing good. I can only imagine
No.
the worst possible ending.
they lost their funding, and so then the dolphin had to be.
Lost it.
Well, it got put
His
into
virginity.
Got put into therapy.
No, he ended up in like
SeaWorld.
somewhere like I think he just like they
Hold
put
up
him
the
into like
can of dog
basic
food.
storage. And
Basic story. What does that mean?
well, because like they needed to figure out where to put him, and he couldn't live in the house anymore because the house wasn't paid for anymore.
They
so-
couldn't put him in the wild either
The
because he
house
was so
dried
used
up.
to
Yeah,
being
The money and the
given
house.
hand jobs in
basically,
captivity.
after he was separated from Margaret, after a few months, he just kind of died of like a broken heart. He stopped eating and he killed
He
himself.
killed
Oh my God.
That's
himself.
how you know that
Broken
dolphins
heart.
are smart
Dolphins
enough.
can kill themselves.
You can bully a dolphin to killing itself because you can make it fall in love with a human female researcher,
Yeah.
and then you separate them, and then he just fucking starves himself to death. And that's Peter the Dolphin.
Yes, I remember.
And that used to be our podcast.
That,
It's just-
yeah.
Maybe it was just like
Yeah.
psychologically damaged and just like wanted to die.
Yeah, I mean, a foot job like that'll
I
end your
know.
fucking career.
Yeah.
Then the
Oh.
pictures of her feet.
Wait, but what happened
you
to
can look up
Margaret though?
pictures.
I want to know what happened to Margaret.
I think she probably wrote a book about the whole thing later.
Jumped off a dolphin.
You know, you do a bunch of scientific
Dolphin
research.
You jerk off one
You
dolphin.
jerk off one dolphin, and then you're the
if you give a dolphin a hand job.
you give
Wait, if you
one
give a
hand job to a
dolphin a
dolphin.
nut.
yeah. She's not a scientist anymore. She's
man.
the dolphin jerker.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it really did try to talk, and if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes.
Wow.
I think that
They should have had like a
Um,
female dolphin.
You know, I've heard the story before, but never like that, Alan. You
It's-
really put it into perspective.
Yeah.
It's
thank
really
you.
fucked up
Yeah.
how kind of like the dolphin. I think we should jerk off more animals to see what they're
Yeah.
capable
the
not
of.
podcast
fair.
had potential. It was, yeah, the podcast had a lot of potential.
I volunteer us.
Yeah.
Wait, what was-
Yeah, see if we can learn English.
What was the last episode of the podcast before you got canceled? Was it this one?
No, right? It was like 5 years
Before we
ago.
self-cancel?
It was like
Self-cancel.
during the Mark Rober show or something.
No, it was way before that, and it was kind of like, "Hey, I kind of don't want to do it anymore." Yeah, me neither. Okay, bye.
Well, I think the thing that we didn't like, the reason why Safety Third has been able to keep going is because we don't.
Damage?
Yeah, we have no material to prepare.
to
for it.
prepare,
We just kind of show up.
It was a lot of work, like
Yeah.
homework. Yeah,
yeah, coming up with these stories and making sure that like we knew like the facts and like I just retold this whole story and probably half of it's fucking misremembered and it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Honestly, really, yeah.
It's better that way.
Yeah, it's pretty good like this.
Actually, the dolphin's name was Peter.
It was in 1968, not the 70s, you
Yeah.
jackass.
And she didn't use her feet; she used her butt cheeks. It was actually 3.5 feet of water, and the outlets were underwater, and they were 220.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like this podcast is way more sustainable because we can just kind of like
We just
show
make
up
shit
and
up.
the
and-
comments are here to correct
Yeah.
us, and that's
Community
those
notes.
are our
Yeah.
footnotes. Is literally the
Yeah.
comments, so we can be wrong about this stuff. Whereas like the podcast we did, we were like really, really trying to like do it right, and I think it
Well,
was just
it's
too
like-
much work.
Mhm.
Yeah, even if it was like 1 hour of let me read the Wikipedia before the podcast, it's still like very stressful and a lot of work. Cause like, yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, and it's like two people's tough. Like even
Yeah.
even when we just do like an episode of this
Definitely.
with like 3 people versus 4 people, it's like so much easier with 4 people.
Yeah, I just really wanted it to happen because back then, I don't know anymore, there weren't a lot of podcasts or if no podcasts of like 2 people that are like not 2 girls and 2 guys or like 2 guys. It was
Mhm.
like it was a guy and a girl. There's
Guy and a
not a lot
girl.
of, I don't think there's a lot of those, and I really wanted that to work, but
Doomed to fail. I
Nah.
don't know why, but it just fucking didn't work.
What lesson did we learn?
yeah, this is why there are no podcasts like that. yeah.
What a lovely story.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we need a dolphin woman
What
podcast.
other fun experiments did they do in the?
In the 70s with
In the
LSD.
70s.
I think they just
This-
gave LSD to anything they could to see what would
Yeah.
happen. It was
Yeah.
like new.
They like to
didn't
surprise
know.
people with LSD.
What are the kind of experiments do they do now? Do you think?
Probably not as much LSD because they learned what it does is like basically nothing
Right.
special.
Do you think the U.S. government has paid for any other animals to get hand jobs? I know the answer is yes.
Absolutely.
I
I'm just trying to
100%
figure
Don't
out
know
which animal would
specifically
be the
which
most
one.
likely.
Probably monkeys.
Probably monkeys. I bet you.
Um,
There's no way that our tax dollars have not gone to something like that.
I mean, there's probably like, a scientific jerk that they'd use to just like when they need to reimpregnate some other animal.
Right.
Where is the monkey scientist woman from? Is she American?
oh, Jane Goodall.
yeah, is she American?
No, don't soil her. Don't bring up her name into all this.
Oh no!
Why not?
Jane
But
Goodall
she-
got
yeah.
canceled a while
did
ago.
she?
Yeah, she did.
Did you not hear about this?
No.
She-
Jane Goodall,
yeah.
she's fucked up because one of the I forget
Sorry,
if it was
Kevin.
like
Didn't she
an
teach a
intern.
gorilla like sign language and she like gave it cats or
Yeah,
something?
because she shows
Yes,
them her
but-
boobies.
Yeah, so that's the dark side of Jane Goodall is that the
my God.
Koko
Yeah.
fucking loved human titties. Koko wanted to see
Dude.
human girl titties.
we are just like
yeah,
fucking
like
hairless
us.
apes.
like
we are
us.
just hairless apes.
Yeah.
And
Oh
so-
my God.
And so, like, I forget if it was an intern or a new employee or but someone with like very unequal power dynamic under Jane Goodall. Jane Goodall was like, "Oh, you have to show the monkey your tits. You have to show Koko your tits because Koko loves seeing fucking human tits."
Yeah.
And so she was forced to show the gorilla
What
her
Jane's
boobs.
weren't good enough?
Well, I
Well,
think the Koko just wanted to see everyone's.
Yeah.
And so
Why
she
don't they
made
just
her
start
cool.
doing
That's
research
cool.
with like female animals?
You
like
know,
Koko
if-
is female.
oh,
Koko is a woman.
Oh wow.
she
Was
just
it-
likes titties.
Yeah.
Weird. Why? Somehow this makes it less worse.
I'm trying to think of
Wow,
something.
wait. No, but it's not the gorilla's fault. It's Jane Goodall's fault for
Yeah.
forcing.
So Jane
Koko
shouldn't have
can
done
ask
it.
for anything. You should be able to say no to the gorilla. You should be able to say
Right,
no
right,
to Koko.
right.
No,
if,
Koko.
if
You
a
don't
gorilla
get to see
wanted
this.
to, if I was at the zoo and a gorilla did this to me, I would do it.
I would be
You
like,
get it
Koko,
back. Yeah, yeah.
if you
I'd be
can
honored.
say hello, I'll show you my tits. Oh wow!
If you could say wowza.
Bazinga!
Yeah.
So Jane Goodall's
I see.
canceled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm trying to think that if no, it was just the gorilla saw the boobs. It wasn't like recorded or anything.
I don't think so, but it's just weird. That's like your
Yeah,
boss
no,
is
no.
telling you have to show the gorilla your tits.
Like even if it wasn't recorded, it's still like, oh, I have to go to work and show my tits to an animal. Like that kind of sucks.
Because you're not like
Yeah.
that's not why she took that job. Like, I can guarantee you, no matter what reason that woman took that
No.
job for, it was not to flash her titties at a gorilla.
Exactly.
I'm really like, I don't.
I'm trying to
I don't want to
understand
say
like
it's not bad.
Yeah,
I think
right?
I'm just really
Because
confused.
It's because it is purely Jane Goodall's fault for telling. Because the gorilla has no fucking place in this story. Like you can say no to the gorilla.
Like if the intern had chosen to do this because she figured it out, I think it's better than your boss telling you, "Hey, can you show
Take
your
your shirt
titties?"
off.
Yeah.
I mean, did it make the
Yeah.
gorilla happy?
Well, I mean, Koko, I think, because I
Asking
don't
the real
fucking know,
questions
but
here.
Koko, I think, was just very curious about human titties because maybe it recognized that, like, it's sort of the equivalent and it didn't have the same thing exactly. Like, because Koko was a girl.
Yeah.
Coco was having some serious body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
Probably.
you could probably bully Koko to killing herself.
Absolutely. That's so sad.
Okay, so
What
like,
if you gave Koko the gorilla a bunch of like magazine clippings, like a magazine with a bunch of really slim, beautiful gorillas
so you
with like human boobs on it,
I'm
with like
trying
big, huge silverback gorillas like hanging out with them.
And then like a really skinny monkey.
yeah, and then like just showing her a mirror, just like
And
giving
then
her a
you
mirror.
see if she starts to try and eat less.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
like,
so sad.
like create an eating disorder in the gorilla that's equivalent to a human eating disorder.
was it
Yeah,
just
yeah. Or
showing
like-
the gorilla boobs?
Yeah.
So it's not like the gorilla's touching.
I don't
the
think
No,
so.
touching.
Okay.
Still
What's the
processing.
right way? Like, do you go on like is it the job description? You like explicitly would have to say like, we'll give you like $100 if you show the gorilla your tits.
Somehow that makes it worse. I don't.
Yeah.
But like, what are
At
you
least
supposed
it's
to
in the
do?
open, yeah.
I think it's better if you put it on the job description, like this is might happen,
Yeah.
than it not. Because
And it
if
was
you
not-
take the job for
yeah.
science and then that happens, you're like, for
I mean,
science?
was there any like deeper implication of like why was it like a trust thing with the gorilla?
No, I don't.
Like-
It wasn't for any science. It just like Koko just wanted to see it. Like it didn't I think affect anything materially.
And this was like, it happened a lot or just like once?
I think it was well known enough
Oh,
that,
that
like
happened to-
Jane,
yeah.
like Jane
Okay.
Goodall like let her know like by like Koko likes
It's
seeing
3
titties, so
it's
you have
3
to show her.
p.m. You know
Yeah,
what you need to do.
It's your turn. Yeah.
Did Jane
Bored of, she's
Goodall
bored of mine.
show?
I think she did. I think that was part of it. Where she was like, oh yeah, I've shown Koko my boob, so you know.
This is really interesting.
I will
I think
never
if-
show a gorilla
if-
my nuts though. I feel like that's
Well, so what? Why though?
Why not?
because you know
Yeah.
what? Because you know when chimpanzees get into a fight, they try to rip the other one's dick off.
Okay, but it's like it's a gorilla
Well,
and
it's
it
how
knows
that's
sign
what they do.
language and it like it seems peaceful. It just
They're
wants
all
to see what you're packing.
female.
So I'm trying to think like
That's-
part.
yeah,
if I
yeah.
watched a show and like this was a plot line, I think I like wouldn't believe it. I'd be like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
Well, I
Like-
think that's why like that's one of those things that's not very well known. Like there's museums that have like wings named after Jane Goodall, and they don't mention the fact that she made
Yeah, they
people
don't.
show their titties.
Jane Goodall, gorilla titty connoisseur.
Yeah.
Or wait, no, titty for
Uh,
gorillas.
Yeah, it was more like she was more like the fixer for the titties. She was like a
Yeah.
pimp.
Yeah.
But there's
gorilla
no
pimp.
money.
Alan, do we know any scientists that are not female that are not canceled? For
For
not making weird science like this?
I mean, probably. I just don't fucking know their names off the top
Here's
of my
the
head.
thing.
Or do we know
I
any
YouTubers?
Do we know any other scientists that have been canceled recently because of weird shit like this?
Scientists that have been canceled? Probably.
They're all weird, all of them.
Yeah, I don't think you do science unless there's something wrong with you.
All right.
I mean, other than
Because
like,
should they have maybe they should have had like a psychologist part of that research to know whether this is a
Oh,
good idea or not.
wasn't there that
right?
neuroscience guy who just
Oh my
got
god.
canceled because he
Dr.
was
Huberman
yeah
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he fucked a bunch of gorillas or something.
Oh, that's not him.
That's
oh my god.
epic.
no, I don't. I'm just trying to tie it all
I
together.
don't know. I don't know
he
what's
didn't fuck
real
gorillas.
anymore.
Oh.
I don't know what's real
You know,
anymore.
Oh my god, maybe.
Fucked a gorilla versus fucked a bunch of gorillas.
Or one dolphin.
Actually, I don't know what's worse.
What, one or multiple
I feel like
gorillas?
multiple is not as bad. I don't know why I feel that way.
Can you elaborate on this phenomenon?
No, yeah, it almost makes it feel more like accepted
Normal?
or something, or
Wait,
more normal.
what?
Well, I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying it just
You know, it'd be better if it was different gorillas
was
too,
at the same time.
and it was in the wild. It's like maybe they're just into it.
Okay.
Wait, is
I
this
have-
real?
No. I
Okay.
have a new question. Hold on, everybody. If you can make a gorilla fall in love with you,
Yeah.
could you make a crab fall in love with you? And
No.
if they can,
No.
but like they start following you and playing with you. Have
No,
you played
no,
with
the
a
they
goat
don't have
crab?
does.
enough brain power to feel those.
But
The
have you
goat-
ever
the
played
goat
with a
does.
crab? Yeah, the goat does follow you
Yeah.
around.
It doesn't love me though.
How do you know?
Goat's a mammal. I would
Yeah, that's
believe that a
different.
goat would have the capability to do that more than like a crab. Because that was the thing, like about snakes. Because there was that whole period of time where I was like researching snakes to make fucking snake legs,
Mm.
and like the number one thing in all the like the pet reptile forums was like this
Don't
weird.
show the snake your tits.
Don't show the snake; it'll bite them. It'll eat your tits. But also, it was this overall common thing that everyone had accepted, and they would have to explain to like new pet owners. They were like, "Your snake physically is incapable of feeling affection for you.
Yeah,
It
but
does- it-
every snake
yeah,
person is
it's
like, oh, he feels so comfortable around me.
Yeah, and so they, like people would always have to chime in of like, hey, like just so you know, you're new to this, your snake
Does not love you.
is incapable of feeling love. It literally has no brain areas that can feel love, but what it can do is it can feel comfortable in your presence, and that's what they would say.
It can become desensitized
Oh my
Exactly.
to
god,
you.
It's like-
that sounds like
yeah.
some hospice
you can,
thing.
You can get to the
Yeah.
point where your snake is not afraid of you and that it can hang out on you and it's comfortable with you being there. Your snake will never love you because it's physically incapable of feeling
Your
that.
snake is closer to a cockroach than it is a gorilla.
And so it's like
Can a snake play with you though? Can you play games? Like if you throw a little ball at it?
maybe, but it still is not gonna feel like any particular attachment to you. In this,
Happiness? Perhaps?
I think it's just content, like comfort. Like
Okay.
it will not
Satiated
feel
or
uncomfortable
pissed
around
off.
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so because it was like
I played with a little crab once and I thought we were having fun and he was my friend.
I think the crab is entirely
crab was-
incapable of feeling
Yeah.
any of those things for you.
I
Oh.
agree. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry you had to find out this
Okay,
way
that's
about the
fine.
crab. Your crab friend is not your crab
It's probably
friend.
dead. I don't know.
Yeah, I
It's
mean, this
definitely
point
dead.
probably.
Yeah, it's fine.
What was the other canceled scientist?
Yeah. Oh, the doctor guy.
He
Dr. Phil?
No, Dr. Huberman.
Huberman. He was like some TikTok
TikTok,
guy,
like
or,
he became like a trend, like the Huberman method or whatever, and like
Who is
people
that,
would
Cord?
be like, wake up at 5 a.m. and like put yourself in like an ice bath, and then like these like micro things to make your
Little-
life
little
better. Yeah,
victories.
little victories or whatever.
He ended up
Atomic change-
having
that-
a bunch of affairs
Andrew Huberman
with-
has canceled cancel culture.
No
2
way.
weeks ago.
Oy.
Well, it just turned out that he was like just fucking a bunch of women without any of them knowing.
It's just
Wait,
like
what?
he
Is
would-
that
Yeah.
a part of the like grind life? stuff?
Apparently,
Yeah, that's
oh,
that
look
guy.
That's
at that.
a Sigma male, a
So
real Sigma male.
He was
I
like,
didn't know what he looked like. Actually, he looks exactly like the kind of person who would fuck a bunch of women without them knowing about
like
each
they're
other.
all
Which-
like very smart women, also scientists or whatever, and then he would be
Jane
like,
Goodall.
we are exclusive and let's try to have babies. Like one of them was going through IVF with him,
Oh Jesus
and
Christ.
he was at the same time like
He's
you
like,
know
okay,
had
you-
other 5
you are
girlfriends.
Jane Goodall and I'm a gorilla.
Okay, I mean, I guess
That's
it's not that bad.
I mean,
When you said when you said he
science-wise-
was having sex with women without them knowing, I thought you meant he was like drugging them or something. Not that he was having
Oh, no,
6
no, no,
affairs
no,
at the same
no.
time.
he was just cheating on them.
Yeah,
but
and they kind of
like,
they were like all thought they were exclusive and like.
But here's the thing: this article did not touch on the actual like stuff that he talks about science wise or like medicine wise.
Oh no, he's a quack. He's a
Yes,
quack.
bad
with all that.
scientist?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
like,
love that instead of being
claimed-
canceled
This
for
is
being
like-
a bad scientist, he gets
know,
canceled for the
for,
like private
cheating.
life shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's like Tony Robbins at home. This guy,
who's that?
Tony Robbins,
I don't know.
like a motivational
Oh, okay.
speaker dude.
Then does he talk about like what? Why is he bad?
that guy ever fuck a gorilla?
Dude, he could. Have you seen him? He could absolutely handle a gorilla. Pull up Tony Robbins.
Oh yes, please. I want to see.
Yeah, why did?
This man would be the pack leader of the gorillas.
Yeah, he's super
Holy
famous.
shit! Look at that chin.
He's been on like
Oh my
movies.
God.
That is a gorilla fucking chin if I've ever seen one.
Whoa.
He's like, I don't know, like 7
Yeah.
feet tall and like
That's like
Yeah,
400
he would
pounds.
take a gorilla. He would definitely take a
Silverback
gorilla.
gorilla.
for
dude, he like
sure.
fell into a gorilla exhibit when he was a kid and they like damaged
Yeah.
his pituitary gland and I just started growing. That guy looks like he could eat an apple in one bite. He's got like a horse
Yeah, it
smile.
looks like Gaston.
Dude,
Wait,
people
why did he
fucking-
get canceled?
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Oh.
I'm saying that this guy you were telling me
Oh,
about
the
is
other
like
guy.
Tony Robbins at home. You know,
Oh,
like
and I
the-
feel bad making fun of
Oh,
him.
yeah.
No, we should make fun of him.
Shit.
who this guy?
This
Yeah.
guy's nice.
No, he'd
Why
take
not?
that as
He
a
looks
compliment.
Funny. We should make fun of him.
Is he rich?
Wait, what does that say?
Probably.
Incredibly
Tony Robbins
rich,
would
beyond
tell
your
Donald
wildest
what?
dreams.
What does he do?
what?
Motivational speaker.
Oh, I think
Oh.
I
know.
think I've seen some of this stuff
It's
because
kind of like
somebody
really
I know
cringy.
was talking about
He has like
it.
kind of cringy following.
Yeah, it's like he
Oh.
monetized the thing of like if your dad didn't love you, I'll give you a hug now kind of thing, and he
Yeah.
figured out how to
Yeah.
profit
What?
off it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
People who feel like they're lost in life, and he'll give them direction.
But
Yeah.
like he's like 7 feet tall. Of course, I want to hug.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you my tits, Tony. Please don't.
Yeah.
Don't hurt me.
Give me that gorilla hug.
Yes.
Wasn't he in like movies and stuff at some point? I think he was in Shallow
know.
Hal.
Would it be worse
Oh,
if they
that makes
made the
sense.
gorilla show its tits?
The gorilla's always showing its tits. Gorilla doesn't wear a shirt.
That's very interesting. I didn't know that.
The gorilla is naked all the time.
They have
Yeah.
like, is it like human tits or is it like cat tits?
I think it just looks like imagine what a gorilla looks
I
like.
think
and that's
it's
what it
like
looks
fat guy tits.
Fat guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop bullying these gorillas, Kevin.
I think
Hey, Cord.
Gordon.
Can you Google a
Gorilla
gorilla?
tits.
He put tits
I feel
in
like
it.
these
Hey!
are gonna be. There you go.
Oh
You know?
wow, Kevin's totally on the money with
How
that
many
one.
are these? How many of these are
Wait,
real
wait,
pictures?
Kevin. This is like Joe Rogan, dude.
I'll get along because it's feeding the baby.
Oh, look at the drawn one.
Wow. So
Okay.
Coco wants to see human tits, and it's like a big thing. But we look up gorilla tits, and it's okay.
No, I-
Yeah.
That's
No,
wrong.
I would like to not.
Yo, look
see-
at that orangutan,
Yeah,
dude.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Orangutan.
Why is it so round?
Wow.
Oh, there's a
Jesus.
fucking DeviantArt picture. Wait, go back to the DeviantArt picture. No, oh, dude.
Wait.
The nipply one?
Wait,
Wait, zoom in,
wait,
in
where is
hand.
Why
it?
does that
There
one
was-
have like bamboo sticks coming out of the tits?
Whoa.
It's a slide.
What you-
Straight out of Russia.
Okay.
Will you ride the booba?
Oh wow.
Dude.
Okay.
Being
what else
chilling.
did
There, look at the fucking DeviantArt picture. Look at that shit. What the fuck?
What is
Putting
going
the deviant
on?
back in deviant
That's
art.
horrible.
I bet Jane Goodall drew that.
Ew. It also kind of looks like a stone in a way. He has a chin.
It does.
Yeah.
How old is Jane Goodall?
She's real old
Is she
now.
still alive?
Yeah.
I think she's
Yeah,
still alive. I
she's
think
still
just
alive.
old.
I would love to ask her questions about.
Do we have her on the
Yeah,
podcast?
yes,
We have
please.
Jane Goodall on the podcast. I know you're listening to this. Jane
how,
Goodall.
how much lying will it take to trick Jane Goodall into being on this
I
podcast?
swear to God, we won't ask you anything about.
We are the premier
showing-
gorilla researchers of the country.
Yeah.
Did the girl like looking at
I
anything
think
else?
this should be
Is
the
it-
platform where she gives her version.
Yes.
She
Yeah.
needs to
Right.
talk
Story.
about what actually happened.
What
Yeah.
could have possibly been what actually
We
happened?
need to hear her version.
Do you think the
of
gorilla could
things.
rate them too? Like,
Oh my
Ooh.
god.
does it have a concept of good?
No.
Uh,
Wait,
yeah.
Jane or the gorilla?
Both. I'd like to see how they differ.
It just had it had a big red button that said Bazinga. Could you imagine going up there? You go up in front of your boss says you gotta go, show the gorilla tits, and it doesn't hit the button.
They just silently write down on their notepads and shoo you out of the room.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
See, that's why
Is
it
this
was a bad
confirmed,
thing.
or is it just like somebody's claiming that this actually happened?
I
I mean, it's so insane that I believe it.
I mean, I don't know if Jane Goodall ever
Denied
like
it?
responded to it. Yeah, but I mean, it was
Wait.
definitely alleged.
Was there
Or
any,
can
like,
you Google if
justification?
Jane Goodall is actually
Yeah,
canceled?
Jane Goodall gorilla tits.
I don't
Did we make this up?
I don't care. It's canon.
I did not
canon
think of
to
at
me.
least half
okay,
of
good,
this.
good.
Cancels
Alright, the
Jane.
verdict is,
Oh wait, this is recent. What did she get
This is
canceled
a
for
new
now?
thing. Oh,
Because
no.
this whole tit thing happened years ago, but like what happened here? Oh, saying
Oh,
damaged structural elements. No, that's
Oh.
not.
They
Oh.
canceled the exhibit.
That's not the titty.
The
thing.
Cancels
Exhibit.
Jane Goodall exhibit,
What was the
citing.
problem Jane Goodall had?
They're really good at scraping the internet.
Yeah, this
though.
feels like some fucking like
scrape.
whitewashing or whatever. Like
You
this
need to-
feels like they
gorilla washing.
Yeah, it
Cord, you need to put boobies in the search.
Jane Goodall.
Tits.
because it really does seem like they're putting out articles about a thing being canceled. Why did I think Jane Goodall died? Mandela effect. Subreddit.
Dude, did this actually happen? I can't find any search results about Jane Goodall.
I
making
swear
her-
to God, it fucking happened, and I feel like they scrubbed
Yeah.
the internet of this incident. I
Yeah.
swear to fucking God, this happened.
Jane.
No, these are all.
There's gotta be something.
You gotta say boobs, Cord.
Yeah,
You gotta say boobs.
Is
Boobs.
Jane Goodall actually canceled boobs
Flash your
gorilla flashing?
There, this
There.
one. Here we go.
Flash
Your
your
job, flash your boobs. This
This
2005. Ladies, would you flash your boobs at a gorilla to keep your job? And when I
That's
say
the
gorilla,
best
I'm not
opening.
alluding metaphorically to your hairy boss. I'm talking an actual gorilla. 2 American women are suing their ex-employer, the Gorilla Foundation,
So it's two
for
women.
trying to get them to bear breasts to Koko, a 30-year-old female gorilla.
Wow.
I'm a little disappointed that Koko turned out to be female. Most of the news sites that wrote about this left out that salient detail for obvious reasons. The story has a lot more impact if she was male, because then we could immediately delve into our store of gender prejudice.
This is
and-
written so
I mean, I did. I
salaciously.
immediately thought that it was a male gorilla.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
It
Way
does
to be
make it
sexist,
better.
Kevin. That it's a female.
No,
gorilla?
I also
Yeah.
thought that, and then when you said Coco was female, I was like, oh, that's kind of better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
I often wondered.
This is
And
some
then it's
fucking
more like, you know, the
tabloid
girl
is
shit.
just
Is
like
there a
curious,
better
not
Whitman
like-
version
You
like
of
say
this?
that like we're not
Humans
doing the
look like
same
this.
thing, but
Yeah,
arguably
yeah.
worse.
Well, I want the truth. I want the fucking.
How did Jane get to that point? Like, was she like, do you want to see my boobies? Like, this is what a human
The
looks
gorilla
like.
was
You know?
probably just like
Yeah, I
grabbing
bet the gorilla was like kind of just curious.
Yeah.
Jane Goodall mauled to death Mandela effect.
What is happening? Wait, look, it's every year, 2020.
Was Jane Goodall
2015.
murdered?
Well, every year she gets murdered on this Reddit.
dude.
You know, okay.
What? Look at the search time. Like, look what he searched for. Look at the results you're getting. Like,
yeah.
I think that
I just found
someone
out
has
Jane
worked
Goodall is
very
still
hard
alive.
to scrub everything about. I swear to fucking
Yeah.
God, she made women show Koko their titties
I think that it's a big psyop to make us all think that she's dead.
rather than
And
that she
Yeah.
was
yeah,
canceled.
exactly.
Yes.
So everyone thinks she's dead, so she can live out her life in
Ah,
peace.
so she publishes all these like, is she dead? And then
Mhm.
people
Yeah.
will talk about it. Yeah, very smart. Like
Because the one article is like really, it's written really like National Enquirer. I want to see like the real fucking thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
What about just her Wikipedia page?
It's not gonna be there.
Why
It
It
has to
should,
be.
yeah,
but
it was a thing.
but if she can scrape the internet, she can definitely scrape the wiki.
Would they look? Wait, click. Was that an article? Women sue over gorilla
Girl's
fetish.
fetish.
Protect your privacy. See, she
Hmm.
scraped it. That thing was taken down.
She's so powerful.
Yeah, she is.
Maybe it's like Jane Goodall lawsuit,
Yeah, if it's
or Jane Goodall sued.
if she got
gorilla
served
tits.
and sued, it has to be in some sort of like court system, right? Like it has to be,
I fucking hate this.
unless they settled.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
How is
You know
this
what? I
this
want to
hard
say. I
find?
want to say that you're wrong.
Wait, go to Koko Gorilla Wikipedia page. They must have
Breast
something
fetish.
about how
I saw
Koko-
breast
Con-
fetish.
where?
Control F tits.
I-
Control F.
Nipple fixation lawsuit.
we just weren't typing the
Oh
words
my
correctly.
God.
See, ChatGPT could have solved this
Nipple
for us.
fixation and lawsuit. That's on Coco's Wikipedia though, not on Jane's.
Right.
Yeah, because
Yeah, because Jane can scrape, Coco cannot.
yeah, they
Yeah,
can't.
let's see. It liked
so,
both.
Koko was
Male
reported
and
to have
female.
pressured by the organization's executive director Francine Patterson, so not Jane Goodall, but I think that's
Oh, look, Coco, she has big nipples. That's what she said.
Bazinga!
Let down
What?
your
Wait,
hair.
wait.
Oh, wait. Let down your hair, lie down on the floor, show your breasts again, and close your eyes.
that was what Koko was signing.
Oh.
Coco began signing "Let down your hair, lie down on the floor, show your breasts again, close your eyes."
Oh my God, it's like
before,
some.
before beginning to squat and breathe heavily.
The gorilla was saying this.
So, okay, the gorilla was into it
Okay,
then.
can
Oh
you sue
my
a gorilla?
Yeah.
Like, what if the gorilla's just a pervert?
God. Yes, she is.
Wait, so then was the boss making them do it, or was it just the gorilla trying to see titties?
I think it looked like Francine Patterson, so maybe not Jane Goodall. How did I remember?
Oh, there
Jane
you go.
Goodall?
Everyone does it for her around here. So that was pressured. Who said it though?
Admonish
Oh,
the woman
Patterson.
and reiterate that Koko wanted to see her nipples.
So who is this Francine Patterson? Huh.
Oh my goodness.
An American animal psychologist.
So
She
it
made
wasn't-
gorilla sign language.
So it wasn't Jane. It was Jane's lab,
That makes sense.
Okay.
which is still she
I
should
bet
be
Jane Goodall
canceled.
still would have made
I mean,
them flash their titties.
But here's the thing: it's her lab. It's still her in
Mhm.
a way.
Also, like, so I think that what I remember is this lady or somebody was like misinterpreting everything that Coco was saying. Just to
She
make
was
it
like,
more-
actually, Coco wanted more Cheerios.
yeah, yeah. Well, just like in general,
Oh,
I
she's
think.
saying she wants to see her nipples.
Like, no, this is Cheerios.
Cheerios, Cheerios.
Yeah,
The gorilla's just crying. I just want Cheerios. You just keep showing me boobs.
Oh no! I'm glad we're talking about it because if it's hard to find on the internet, at least you're bringing it back.
Yes.
Yeah.
up.
We're
Yes.
the important
Yes.
information.
They just
Talking
made the
about the
gorilla-
important things
Gorilla
here.
Foundation is bad.
The
Yeah.
gorilla just said whatever was convenient for them
Yeah,
at the time.
exactly.
Dolphin Foundation, good.
Yes.
So do you just hire somebody specifically for that job?
I think the problem was like they were like qualified trainers, and then they were like, oh,
Close
you
to
need
it.
you need to show your
Oh
titties
my!
now.
So maybe they were like the proximity to the gorilla. So almost like you had to be one of the handlers or one of the
I
scientists.
don't really know how, because like I guess they could have just hired like strippers to show, like someone whose like job it is to show
their-
boobs,
right.
to show Koko their boobs.
But Coco's like, if you're gonna be working with me, I gotta,
But
I gotta see what you're working
Coco's
with here.
like sort of
Yeah.
some Harvey Weinstein energy.
I
from
mean,
Coco.
for the lab, it's probably cheaper to
wines.
just
I
have
know, the
the
fucking gorilla
employees
gets
do
a little
it.
taste of
Probably,
fame
yeah.
and just
Hiring.
completely
It's
goes
probably
off
hard
the
to get
rail.
funding for gorilla science.
Strippers.
Yeah.
Coco's like, I don't want to see the strippers' boobs. I want to see your boobs.
Wait, Alan. What is the paper for that grant gonna be like? We need more funding for strippers.
Do you know how much gorilla
Coco.
escorts are?
So like,
A booby grant.
were they just trying to keep the gorilla like happy, or was it like a weird?
It sounded like it was a sexual thing for Koko because
Yeah.
she started grunting and squatting
horrible.
like. But yeah, Coco's a woman or female gorilla.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't know if that makes it better or worse because it does sound like she definitely
No,
was like
she was-
aroused by the
yeah.
whole thing.
That makes it just as bad, I think. Then, yeah,
Mm.
she was getting off of this.
Wow,
Like, you know.
good thing Koko
Yeah.
fucking died. Otherwise, she'd be canceled.
Wait,
now.
Coco's dead?
I'm pretty later life and death. Coco fucking died a while
Oh.
ago.
What? So what's what?
No, bro,
what
that's
do you-
just the Mandela
Yeah.
effect.
Didn't Coco get mauled to death by Jane Goodall like 10 years ago?
And then Coco's son, Haram.
No.
What if, bro?
I can't.
All right, so you have a girl you keep in captivity.
Oh God.
Do you just like, is it the dolphin problem? Like, do you just sort of, that's just how, like, I don't really know.
But
how
like, do you have to jerk the gorilla
yeah,
off?
you
Is that
have to
what
jerk
you're
the gorilla
asking?
off. Yeah, yeah.
No.
That's my
No.
question for the class. Do they?
Yeah,
Do
Uh,
they
The
have that ability? I guess they've got hands. They got
Yeah.
thumbs.
Yeah.
They can reach.
Would you show
They
your
can-
penises at Coco if
I
Coco
would.
wanted? Yeah.
I would do it even if they didn't ask me to. I
They
would
don't,
do it
they,
even if
they
they told me to
don't, they don't
stop.
even need hands.
Wow.
Wow, I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I didn't know they were that
I
flexible.
There's
Alan,
a
would
video
you,
if
would you
you
show
wanna-
your penis to Coco if they told you not to?
They told me no.
Wait, if they told you
Coco's, like,
not
begging
to,
me,
Coco
Do
wants
not
it.
show penis.
No,
No
penis.
show penis. Oh, what's that, Coco? You want to see my dick?
I'd
You
do
want more Cheerios?
She's like Cheerios, and you're like penis.
Do it.
Cheerios.
Do it for Coco. Do it for Coco.
Coco, yeah, they did it for Harambe. I don't see why I could. Okay, so what's the most fucked up part of the story? The making your employees show the gorilla your tits, or locking a gorilla in a box for like 40 years?
Oh.
I'd rather be the lady being pressured into showing tits for sure
Than be the
I
gorilla.
love that we
Yeah.
went back to like the more philosophical questions. So,
Can gorillas
like,
feel pain?
Yes. So I think maybe it's okay to show her their boobies because she was so bored and she was
Yeah.
in a cage and she was going crazy. So maybe it is part of the research to
Yeah, I
help
feel like
alleviate the boredom.
I don't think there's a great answer, but I definitely think
Yeah.
if you've got a gorilla locked up in a cage, some of the kind of ethical stuff goes out the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, what they should have done is just give him a bonus or something. You know?
I'll give the gorilla a bonus.
Yeah.
More bananas.
Like I guess if you were giving the gorilla like a stipend of cash, that would probably make it a little better, right? To
Would-
keep him in the zoo.
Alan, when you were like in your 20s, your boss would say, "Hey, man, for like an extra $500 a week."
Yeah, it depends like how early in your career
$500
you
bucks
were,
a week,
right?
hell
You
yeah.
would.
Just,
You
like,
would.
just like go up to the dolphin tank, take off your pants, and just squish up against
Yeah,
the
the dolphins
glass.
go wild. Like I mean, maybe the boss making the comment is kind of, or no, who said that? Was it, which one said that you have big nipples? The boss or the gorilla? I can't tell.
I think it was the
boss
boss
said the
pointing it
nipples.
out to the gorilla. Like, look, Coco,
That's
she has
not
big nipples.
that's not worth $500.
That's not good.
If it was just the gorilla, that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, Patterson reportedly said on one occasion, Coco, you see my nipples all the time. You probably are bored with my nipples. You need to see new nipples. I will turn my back so Kendra can show you her nipples.
I have questions
Okay,
about.
so she didn't look at Kendra's nipples. The boss.
The boss didn't, at least not Kendra, but then there was someone else where she like
Oh.
commented on the nipple size. Oh, yeah. Oh, look, Coco, she has big nipples.
Oh no.
I think that Francine Patterson is the person I have the most questions
Wait,
for.
is Francine still alive? What is
Yeah.
she
It
do-
looked like it.
She was
She's like
77.
77.
What is she doing now?
Definitely not showing her tits to a gorilla.
Yeah.
Gorilla GSL. Oh, I didn't realize it was a new kind of sign language. Gorilla sign
Gorilla
language.
sign language.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
modified form of ASL.
She's still the president and research
That's why
director
there's
of
so
the
much
Gorilla
confusion
Foundation.
with the Cheerios and tits. It's because it's actually a slightly different dialect.
We made it as confusing as possible.
Okay.
Have you ever seen the videos of like, a dog reuniting with its owner after like like 5 or 10 years, you know, and it's like they don't recognize him at first, but then the owner flashes the dog and
What? Is that real?
Coco's all confused because they're very like.
it's like they have it's like they get to reunite after all these years. Coco and Patterson.
Oh, yeah.
Here they're both
See,
dead, or
yeah.
one of them's dead.
She's waiting, kind of like the dog in Japan is waiting for the dead owner.
Yeah, waiting
but
to
she's
see the
waiting
Oh.
to see
You know how when you
nipples.
go and
Yep.
you
Yeah.
put flowers on the tombstone? She
Uh-huh.
just goes and flashes it. With them.
That's
Yeah.
nice of them.
That's how
Wow.
people should pay tribute to Coco.
Do
Yeah.
they still
Tits
make
out for Coco.
Tits out for Coco.
Tits out for Karame. Wait, what? I think the dicks out for Karame is way worse.
Are there gorillas? Did they keep teaching gorilla sign language, or was Coco like the last one? Because that I don't
know.
actually know of any other famous gorillas that can do that, right?
I think they
just stopped doing
probably
that?
started frowning upon keeping them in
Captivity.
captivity like that.
But like, then they get to learn sign language.
And see tits.
Yeah, and look at human titties. You know how hard it is for a gorilla in the wild to see human titties?
Pretty hard.
Yeah. Remember
Coco.
Fanny and Mike learned. I feel like they just haven't done that anymore.
They probably realized that this is, I don't want to say useless, but they're like, what?
Taught a gorilla sign language, and the first thing it says is "show nipples," "show me nipples," "let down hair," "close eyes,"
Like-
"lie on floor."
what we discovered is gorillas are kind of like just perverted.
oh, great gorilla of the West, share with us your knowledge. And it's like,
Oh, he's
booba,
just a
booba.
Like, what if dolphins have some great wisdom?
Nope.
Jerk me up.
What we've learned is that if they spoke English, they would just be talking about masturbation.
They would be one of
Yeah.
your least favorite people ever. Yeah.
That makes a lot of
yeah.
sense, actually.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
It makes me think that maybe there is no good or evil, and that human morality is more of like a social adaptation, like unique
Absolutely.
to our species, and that there isn't actually any real justice in the universe.
Yeah. The gorilla knows what it wants, and it has no shame in asking for it. We live in a society, and we're told to feel shame for asking that.
I think what we've learned is that we need to stop trying to teach animals to speak with us because they're all gonna say
Yeah.
the same things, all of them.
Well, that's okay. That
Yeah.
means it's okay if we have those thoughts.
Yeah,
and
right?
feelings, too.
Yeah.
Like a dog, it would be like, "Let me smell your ass."
Yeah.
Give me another whip. Yeah. Fart in my face.
Yeah.
Oh, is that shit? I'm gonna make some shit right now.
Yeah. Sausage.
And cats are like, let me show you my butt.
Yeah, yeah,
Look
yeah.
at my butt.
Look
Look at my
asshole.
butt. Look at my
my
asshole. Yeah.
I'm gonna shit in your mouth when you're sleeping.
I don't feel bad anymore. I felt a little bad thinking about killing all those ants, but if those
Yeah.
ants, if it was reversed, they would have done the same to me. They
would.
sure would have
Yeah.
tortured me.
They're like, "I'm gonna crawl inside your ass." Burn them.
giant magnifying glass.
What would cockroaches say?
A cockroach would definitely do the same thing to us.
My name's Cockroach, but you can call me Cock.
So cockroaches don't feel then.
No, and
think
if they
that's the
did, we'd be
conclusion.
horrified. So
Yeah.
keep killing cockroaches.
Okay, cool.
What about
Cord doesn't
Google
want to
some-
listen to
Cord,
this
why are you
anymore.
googling? We have enough podcasts now.
Cord
Why are
is
you
fed up with
Googling
us.
That on the big
He's like-
screen?
Cord is like,
"Please
please stop
stop." He's like,
talking
"That was-
about this.
This is a waste of footage. We can't use any of this. What do we title this episode? Gorilla nips?
Gorilla
Oh,
nips.
Cord, by the way, Kevin is very interested in human nipples. So
Oh,
every
yes.
producer that works for us, we need them
Yeah.
to show Kevin their nipples.
I'm gonna
Would
step
you
out
be-
while you do that.
Don't worry.
Isn't
We're
that right,
only
Kevin?
looking so that we can describe the weird aspects of your nipples to him. You,
And lay on the floor.
no,
Hair
you,
down, close eyes.
Yeah.
you can choose. We'll give you some control over the situation.
Kevin is
So
speechless.
Jane Goodall's
Can't
fine.
wait.
We're cool with Jane
I guess
Goodall.
Jane
My lawyers
Goodall's
advise me not to
fine.
say
But
anything.
the-
Right,
That other
yeah.
lady's not, and I think that's like the Gorilla Research Foundation that Jane Goodall was like attached
So
to.
at the
That's
top
why
of the
my-
chain of worst
Mhm.
people, first is Coco.
yes, for
Okay,
wanting
yeah.
it.
Coco
Yeah,
is the
little
worst in the
pervert.
situation.
Yeah.
Pervert. Then
Should've known
there's
better.
the
The
dolphin.
gorilla.
Yeah, the
Oh, the
executive
dolphin.
director.
Executive
She was high
director.
up
then Jane Goodall.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
letting it
Then-
happen under her watch.
Then the assistants below.
Jane Goodall was just doing following orders, as far as I'm concerned.
No, she made the orders. Right? Oh, following Coco's
from
orders?
Coco, from
Oh
Coco.
my god, you're right. So the animals have been training the humans to do what they want, like the
Yeah.
dolphin and then now Coco. Yeah, that makes sense.
If you wanted to be like a crazy fascist country and you want to take over the world, you just put a gorilla in charge and blame it all on them.
Just
Yeah.
interpret whatever the
yeah,
gorilla
it's
says.
like I'm just following what the gorilla
what are we
wants me
doing
to
today? We're taking over the world. No, we're looking at tits. Goddamn.
do. Shit, this is not working out as
Not
well
again.
as I thought it would.
This gorilla's not doing any socioeconomic stuff.
The banana industry's booming, though.
Damn gorillas.
You just end up with a bunch of island nations making bananas. That's as far as your imperialism goes.
How do you? I'm just imagining I'm assuming they're young women. They're probably like in university doing like some research thing, right? Like they're not
Right.
working full time, and then your parents are like, "Oh, how's the research project going?" And you're like, "It's awful. I had to show the gorilla my boobs."
Yeah, it's like no, we're changing the world one day at a time.
One gorilla at a time.
Yeah, I don't think they would talk about it. I wouldn't talk about it.
I would.
If I'm a research assistant and then I think I want to change the world, and then I go home and I'm like, "What do you do today?" I'm like,
Yeah, who told the story of the dolphin jerking off?
Oh, that was me. That
No,
was,
but I
No,
mean,
but
like,
in real
where
life.
did that story come from?
There's a whole book and like there's
Yeah, I
Who
think,
wrote
she,
it?
I think
it.
she actually did
She
write a
wrote
book. I think she did.
An erotic.
Not erotic.
Oh, so it wasn't
Young
erotic.
Also, I
adult
think
book.
it's like there's like a whole passage where she like kind of broaches it because that's like what the whole thing became known for. It literally is like that meme of like you jerk off one dolphin.
Mhm.
You
Because
might be
she's like-
wondering how I got here.
like she does kind of say like it's essentially like yeah, I know what you're thinking and yeah, it did happen, but it was a very like she prefaces it a lot before she talks about that
It was very clinical.
Yeah, it was just that the dolphin was distracted and horny and just wouldn't learn his
They
lessons.
could have
and so
gotten
she
him
would
a
just fucking-
dolphin.
with her foot,
Toy?
like the lowest
Door.
level of stimulation
still
possible.
with her skin. Ew. Ew.
And then his fucking
the girl's open.
thumbs.
She's like, oh.
Ew.
This is the only way we'll do this, but
Guess
You
what?
tried to end this, Cord, but we're
Especially
back,
'cause
baby.
Yeah,
we're
we're-
back on the dolphin.
I never thought about it, but
Thank you.
like
You can't end.
the,
It's never gonna end.
Like how because the dolphins are pretty big, right? So it'd
Yeah.
probably be a lot of volume that comes
lot of
out.
dick.
And if you're in a fucking
Oh,
living
no.
room with water in it,
No.
you know what I mean?
Oh.
Like if this podcast room was 3 feet of water and then a dolphin came in it,
yeah.
like I feel like
I
it's
would be
actually
standing on my chair right now.
Hopefully, it's like a laminar
Yeah.
flow. So you just stand
goes out the
upstream,
door.
upstream of the dolphin.
Oh,
fucking points it
yeah.
out the door before he goes. Before he
Gross.
So she right.
They should have gotten it like one of those.
Yeah,
those
can we
dolphin
find
sex
the
dogs.
Why don't we
book?
look it up, Cord? Maybe the whole thing was a fever dream. Maybe I
20
made up the whole thing.
No, there's like it's mentioned in a documentary. I've seen
20
it.
pounds
I've
of
seen
feet
it.
and fin for the.
Dolphin, LSD. Yeah, there you go. The NASA-funded project.
The dolphin who loved me.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called though, or is that just the
No.
article?
No, that's
name
just
there?
the article.
Okay.
And if
Oh,
it's
that
on the garden, you know it's real.
It's got to be a better. This is a really good book title somewhere. I don't know what it is.
Because I remember I looked up so much material for this. I listened to the actual audio recordings.
Of the sound it made.
I mean, look, if you try and look it up, you might be able to find it. It's very
Yeah.
bizarre.
It's called
'cause
There's
the
like-
dolphin.
There's a
really
lot of
does try to
pictures of
talk.
this. There's recordings. There's a lot. It was an actual research thing. Man and Dolphin.
Man and Dolphin. So was it written by
It is a
her?
book,
Mary
1961.
Lily?
Oh no.
The idea of talking dolphins eager to tell us something.
It was Mary,
Capture
not
the public
Margaret.
semester.
No, it was. This is
Oh.
a different book.
But the idea of
Oh.
talking dolphins eager to tell us something.
So I think this is the theory of it, and then that's where the research comes from.
I see.
Well, also Mary could be like a nickname for Margaret. I remember the dolphin
What-
trying to
what-
say
what?
Margaret. And it was fucking horrifying. Cause Margaret.
Came in at the top. Of the
And the whole time she's like mouthing it out slow. So it's like the whole recording. It sounds like Margaret. Like, it's trying, but she's like trying to get it to fucking do it better.
Oh god.
Did she wear like a glove when she did it?
Foot. I don't know what was
What
on her
was
foot.
foot?
Yeah, I don't
A shoe,
remember.
probably.
Yeah,
A
maybe
shoe.
water shoes.
Looks
I
like
don't
a
know.
really like a boot brand, like a steel toe.
Yeah.
Doc Martin.
Doc Martens.
You fucking-
Did they have this Doc Martin jerked off a dolphin?
Wait, but here's the thing. She's underwater. So like I feel like if she had used a shoe, she would say it. Like to like remove herself from the action more.
Right.
So it was a foot. I'm saying it was a foot.
Barefoot,
Yeah.
raw foot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gross. Coming of age.
So
Sexually coming of age and a bit naughty.
if this was like a experiment you did in school where you have your abstract, what would you write in it? So, like, we wanted to see what dolphins had to say, and they told us they were horny.
Well, I allowed that. I wasn't uncomfortable with it as long as it wasn't rough. It would just become part of what was going on, like an itch. Ew.
You know, if you
So there was girl dolphins there too, but he didn't want any of that.
Oh.
you know, if you replace dolphin with dog,
Yeah.
everybody here would be like absolutely horrified.
Dude, there was that NFL player that said
He what?
He what?
gave his dog a
Dick the dog?
no, just give it a handy J.
Why did he do that?
Ew.
Got too many concussions or something?
A Michael Vick?
No.
Oh, that Google search.
Yeah,
Court.
NFL player dog hand job. Michael Vick is the top result.
Wikipedia.
Maybe it was a basketball player, but it was on Twitter.
Try NBA.
Oh God! Someone starved a dog to death.
These NFL dog stories are actually somehow worse than.
Dog. Which NBA player liked getting pissed
What a
on?
weird.
Oh.
NBA
NBA Circle Jerk
Jerk.
subreddit.
I just know there was some sports guy who said that just like casually in a Twitter thread that like, yeah, sometimes my dog gets rowdy and I maybe it was fake. I don't know, man.
It's real now.
It was real when
No,
I
maybe
saw
he
it.
also scraped the internet. Like
He
James.
probably did because
Yeah,
I think it was like
yeah.
NFL or NBA, so
Yeah.
I think that was gone.
Have big corporation helping.
Yeah.
him.
Or what if we end with a theoretical question?
Okay.
Okay.
Would you rather jerk off a dolphin or a dog?
Oh.
Dolphin.
Dolphin.
Dolphin's a better story. Dog people
Yeah.
just look at you weird.
Yeah.
Dolphin, they look at you weird, then start asking questions.
Anyone can jerk off a dog, but you gotta be in a special place to jerk off a dolphin.
Yeah,
True.
that's
I'm
like
gonna
some
go
government
with dolphin
level.
too. I think.
You
Yeah.
want to or you would?
I would do dolphin.
Okay.
Not no. it-
Octopus.
I'll jerk off an
That's just
octopus.
impressive.
Yeah.
How do you manage all that? Which one is which? I don't know.
I don't know.
What if you train the octopus to jerk you off?
That
Oh.
see, then
That's-
people
that's-
they stop asking you questions.
Don't people already do that?
Do they? Oh, you mean like that Japanese
Yeah.
like wood carving? Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
What?
I mean, at least
That's
it's
a
like
classic.
a fantasy. Someone's fantasy.
Like that really old like Japanese like that
The
what is the art style
painting.
called? It's like not wood carving, but it's like a wood block and it's like a
Yeah.
woman and a dolphin. Not
dolphin.
an octopus is going down on her.
Hentai.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, you guys join us on Patreon. We're gonna do a tier list of which animal would you rather.
Will we just look up every animal in like the LA Zoo and just do smash or pass?
All right, on our Patreon extra, we're doing every animal in the LA Zoo smash or pass. Putting that behind a paywall, you sickos.
Oh,
We should actually do that.
Actually,
Let's do it.
Should we go? Should we go to the zoo?
No, I don't think. I don't want to get
Literally
arrested.
have Cord put the
Yeah.
pictures, the gallery.
They're
from the
official.
LA Zoo.
What if we did like Six Flags roller coasters, smash or pass?
yeah, let's do that.
Well, maybe both. I think we'll probably burn through the zoo pretty quickly.
Smash, smash, smash.
wow.
Cord, just cut it, please. I can't keep going.